Thank you, Liam. More and more people are choosing to travel by bike, either to avoid traffic congestion or just get more exercise or reduce their carbon footprint. Whatever the reason, more people cycling means a greater risk of collisions and injuries. So what do you do if you get hurt or you hurt someone else? Here to explain your rights is personal injury lawyer from Preszler Law, John Philp. Good morning.
Thank you for having me again.
Good to see you. So we're trying to build more lanes, but we are playing catch up a bit in this city when it comes to cyclists. So you've been hearing about a lot of collisions in your offices.
Well, you know, there's the development of these bike lanes on the Queen's Quay recently. They opened, I think, about a month ago, and great for the city. I've been down there with my family. They're fantastic. Problem is that there's a lot of people using them, and we've been getting a lot of calls at our office of cyclists who've been involved in accidents with other cyclists, cyclists who've been involved with cars cutting into driveways. So there's a real rise in accidents down in that area of the city, at least from what we've seen in our office.
So let's talk about both sides of the perspective. If you've got two cyclists, if you are the one who caused it or you're the injured party.
So if you've got two cyclists, and let's say you're riding your bike and someone cuts into your lane and all of a sudden impacts you, causes you serious injury, you have obviously a right to sue that person for causing the accident. The problem is that, you know, if it's a cyclist, there's no motor vehicle insurance involved because it doesn't involve a motor vehicle. So you would actually have to sue this person personally, which is a bit of a difficult venture, and it's much easier if there's insurance involved. So what can happen sometimes, if a cyclist causes the accident with the other cyclist, you can look to that person's home insurance if you're going to sue them. And it's, let me tell you, it's much easier to deal with insurance companies in a lawsuit than it is when you're going after someone's personal assets.
Okay, and if you collide with a car, then?
Well, if you collide with a car, even if you don't collide with a car, even if you say, you know, you're going down one of those paths and a car cuts into you or is making a left turn or something along those lines, and you try to avoid the collision, even if you don't hit that car and you're injured in an accident, you fall off your bike, you collide with a street lamp, something like that, you can actually pursue that person under their motor vehicle insurance policy. Okay. And not only that, but you would have access to what are called accident benefits. So medical rehabilitation, physiotherapy, chiropractic. You could also apply for income replacement benefits. So if you are going to miss work because of your injuries, you can apply under that person, the motor vehicle who caused the collision, you can apply under their insurance policy for those benefits.
So if you're riding your bike, let's say it's nighttime and you're in a collision, but it's found that you maybe didn't have adequate lights on your bike, maybe you weren't wearing a helmet, what happens then?
Well, those are really important factors if you're considering bringing a lawsuit against, say, a motor vehicle who caused the accident. Now, it's not going to be determinative if you weren't wearing a helmet, but it's going to factor in what's called contributory negligence. So it means that when a jury is looking at who caused the accident or who caused the injuries, they're going to say, well, you weren't wearing a helmet and you didn't have lights on your bicycle, so you're partially at fault for how this accident unfolded. So they would reduce your damages, the amount of money you get, based on what they find in terms of the percentage of fault that you have as the cyclist for causing the accident.
Right. Can you get insurance as a bike rider?
You know what? You actually can't get insurance as a bike rider. It's not a requirement in Ontario to have insurance while riding a bicycle.
Right.
You know, even the e-bikes, they don't require insurance.
Interesting. All right, John Philp from Preszler Law, thank you so much for dropping by.
Happy to be here as always.
Good to see you. If you have any personal injury questions for John and his team at Preszler, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/morningshowto. Now let's take a look at traffic. Here's Kim.